Hello everyone, it's time for another Storytime video, and for this Storytime, this is going to be something that actually was very embarrassing but kind of funny to tell at the same time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So I was in 2nd grade the time that this happened, and for some reason this day, I did not feel well at all. Like, I could just feel it in my stomach that something was wrong and that I was sick. Like, I just felt like I was gonna throw up, or I just felt gunky. Like, you know how you get that like gunky feeling in your body where you just feel gross or like you're gonna throw up or something? Like, I had that feeling all day long. And so I went to my teacher and I was like, I don't feel well. She said, well, go to the principal's office. So I did as she said, and I went to the principal's office, and my principal at the time was actually not in the office, so I had to sit and wait for her to come back into the office. So I'm sitting there and I'm waiting, and all of a sudden she walks in, and she looks at me and she's like, what are you doing here? And I kid you not, that's exactly the way that she said it. She was like,
what are you doing here?
And I was like,
I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
And she said,
oh, no you're not. No you don't. You're just making that up.
like, she literally thought that I was making it up, that I had to throw up. I lied a lot whenever I was a little kid, and especially at that age in that grade, because I didn't really know that, you know, it was wrong and it could really affect people. But whenever I said that I didn't feel good, like, I was not making it up, like, I was telling the truth. So I couldn't really do anything about it, and I went back to my classroom, because she's like, go back to your classroom. And she like barely kicked me on the butt, but she kicked my butt as I was walking out. And that's something I couldn't believe. So I just went back to my classroom and I told my teacher what she said. She was like, you're back in here? And I was like, yeah, she sent me back in here. She was like, well, just wait until after lunch, then see how you feel, and if you don't feel any better, you can go back. So I was like, okay. I waited until lunchtime. I ate my lunch and I felt a little bit better, but it didn't feel like it was like completely gone. Like, it still felt like it was in the bottom pit of my stomach a little bit, but it felt like it was kind of going away. So I thought, okay, maybe I'm fine. Later on, we finished all of our schoolwork and we were free to do whatever we wanted after that. Me and my best friend Sarah decided that she was gonna read to me, because I think the feeling came back over me or something. Like, I felt like my stomach was hurting again, and like, once again, that little sensation like I had to throw up. So she was like, I'll read to you. Maybe that'll make you feel a little bit better. So she decided to read to me my favorite childhood book, Click Clack Moo, Cal's the Type. And I was like, maybe this will make me feel a little bit better. So we're sitting there. She's reading it to me. She had just bought brand new shoes, and she was wearing them at the time that this was happening. And I'm like,
Sarah, please stop reading. I don't feel good.
I literally felt like I was going to upchuck, like, all over the table in front of everyone. Like, all of the other kids were like they were in the same room as me, but they were over on the floor, and to where they really couldn't see much, but like they were still there and stuff. Anyways, so she keeps reading to me. She's like, I'm sure you're fine, just let me read. I had like dry heaves. Like, that's a clear sign telling you that you're about to puke. I was like, Sarah, this isn't good. I really feel like I'm gonna throw up. And like, she thought that I was fine. Like, a couple minutes later, she gets to the and I just went all over the desk, all over the floor, all over her brand new shoes. And she was just like, oh my god. Like, I'm sure it not only embarrassed me, but it also embarrassed her, because I just threw up on her brand new shoes. Now, I'm still friends with Sarah, so I kind of think that this is a little bit funny now. But at the time, it was really, really embarrassing, because it was in front of the entire classroom. So my teacher's like, okay, go to the office. You obviously weren't lying. Like, you really do feel sick. So I went back to the principal's office, and I'm sitting there waiting, and I was kind of dreading it at this point. My principal comes back in, and she's like,
you're back again?
And I was like,
yeah, what's your problem this time? I threw up.
so, well, what is your classroom? So I told her my classroom, and she walks in there. I'm sitting there waiting for her to come back, and I still don't feel very well. And she walks back into the office, and she's like,
Go get your stuff. You can leave.
finally, she listened to me after I literally threw up in front of the entire classroom, which it could have been avoided if she would have just listened to me and like realized that I was telling the truth. So yeah, that totally happened to me, and I'm sure we've all had a point like that sometime in our lives, like whether it be when we were a little kid, when we just weren't feeling very well. Like, it's happened to all of us at some point, I feel like. So, I know I'm not the only one, but it was really embarrassing. I'm just glad it happened when I was a little kid, which is kind of understandable. So yeah, that was my little story time for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Please leave a comment and let me know if you've ever had an embarrassing moment like this, where you have kind of upchucked in front of a lot of people. Or if you just have an embarrassing moment in general, I'd love to hear. Also, if you have any suggestions on story times that you would like for me to make, like paranormal or like embarrassing or just dreams, anything that you can think of, any type of story times you would like for me to make, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what those suggestions might be, because I'm always open to new suggestions. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, thank you for subscribing, and I will see you guys in my next video.